ladies and gentlemen, well, you got here, didn't you? I tell you what, if we ever needed the Umbrella Academy, it's today, let me tell you. So, can you put your hands together, please, for raver-lampman, Jordan Claire Robbins, and Justin H. Min? Wow.
Hi guys.
Wow. So, I was just explaining how huge this show has gone, yeah? It has literally exploded. It's been absolutely brilliant. Didn't we have some umbrella action on the way over, though?
We did. Yeah, there was a bit of feuding, family feuding in the walk from the other building to here.
We were a bit worried with the robotic mum, you know, sort of walking over in this weather. It was all going to get
terribly
terribly
wrong.
wrong.
There's a lot of short-circuiting. Yeah.
You know, definitely.
Sparks were definitely flying.
Oh, exactly. Justin, you're looking good today.
Thank you. It's the first time I'm being seen.
I was going to say, 90% of people can't see you apparently, so this is really good.
Who are you talking to? Sorry.
Yeah, you want to just...
See?
Right here.
Sorry. What's happening, Jordan? I have no idea. He's talking to himself. I don't know.
Right. Listen, we literally got you 30 minutes, and this show is just, I can't believe how big, how quickly, it's huge. The show's just got huge. We're going to have loads and loads of questions out there. Let's just get straight out there, okay?
Right.
One or two, oh my goodness me, here we go, okay. Where is our roving one? Here he comes. Literally, take your pick.
Hi guys, as the guest said, this show's fantastic over here, well done for everything you're doing. For all the members of the Umbrella Academy, apart from your own powers, what power would you most want? And for Mom, if you had to choose a power, what power would you like?
Ooh, at choosing from the powers existing in the family? Okay. Probably Allison's power. I think you could do a lot with that. It's definitely a curse in many ways, but it'd be good to have the control of everyone around me.
If I can't pick my own power, because I do think I would pick Allison's power, I'd probably pick Five's power. Time travel, that's pretty dope.
I would pick Vanya's power. Who wouldn't want power to destroy everything?
Yeah, we're with you there. Totally agree. Okay, Justin.
Not including the Umbrella Academy, what was your favourite star that you've ever played?
Favourite role, yeah.
I really enjoyed playing Angelica in Hamilton. She's a badass chick, so I really enjoyed it. And the music, I mean, you guys know. You've seen it, you listen to it, all the things. It's an amazing show, and I got to do it for 3 years, so to be able to do it for so long, and then to go from the ensemble to being Angelica, that was really dope.
Great question. I loved playing Jamie Plum on Supernatural. She has no morals whatsoever and does whatever she wants, and that was really freeing. That was really fun to play a bit of a psychopath.
I loved playing Angelica on Hamilton as well. We alternated nights. It was a bit of a crazy night. No, Umbrella Academy was probably
You're my worst.
it's probably my biggest project to date. So I mean, I am so grateful for the opportunity to play Ben.
Wait, who do you play?
Ben?
He wasn't in it that much.
Okay.
He did really
He hit me with an umbrella on the way over here, so he had to come in.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
All right, we've got...
Uh-oh.
I have heard a rumour that there will be another 15 seasons starting next week. When will you see them, please?
15 seasons?
Fantastic.
I'll be walking into my 90th year of existence. But listen, I'll take that paycheck. He's cute. Stays booked. Great.
But we did recently get picked up for a season.
Thank you guys for watching. I mean, it's all that thanks to to you.
Yeah, we're so excited. It'll happen soon. I mean, we'll go back to shooting soon. Who knows when it'll come out?
Before you actually got the part, have you ever read the comics?
I had not. I'm very new to the comic books, graphic novels, Comic-Con scene. Totally. I've read a couple, but I definitely was not familiar with kind of Dark Horse in general, and then also with the Umbrella Academy. But the second I read the script when I was auditioning for the show, I was like, oh, what is this? I have to read like the origin story of like where this whole TV show concept came from. Yeah, and then I got it and I couldn't put it down.
Yeah, I was the same. I hadn't read it, but that was the first thing I did was run out and pick it up, and I loved it right away. And it gave me such a good idea for what to expect and the tone and this whole crazy, amazing world that Gabriel and Gerard, they built. So that was the first thing I did. But I loved the comic. I just wasn't aware of it before.
Same. I was a huge MCR and Gerard Way fan. Who wasn't, right? Who wasn't? So I had heard of it, but I didn't actually get the chance to read it until after the fact, and I was very excited after I booked the role to quickly read, what my character does and what happens, and very quickly realized he was dead.
And we don't know why.
Yeah,
so
we don't.
that's a trap.
Yeah, mystery.
Thank you.
We got just behind there. Can you?
This one's to Justin. What was it like working with Robert, because you two share a lot of scenes together?
Oh, Robbie. It was so much fun. Robbie is Robbie, and he is an extension of his character in so many ways. He's always cracking jokes on set. I'm sure many of you are already aware that he improvised a lot of his lines, so every scene I really didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if he was going to say his line, say a different line, not say his line at all. So we had a lot of fun, and as an actor, when you're on your toes, I think some of the best work comes out, so it was so much fun.
Okay, should we get some members of the audience over this side now? We need to get some, yeah.
Hi guys, I just wanted to ask, obviously with you guys having script and everything, and you get a bit of background on your characters, is there anything in particular that you each brought that made your character more personal to you, from obviously who you are as a person? So what's the main thing from you that you brought into your character that isn't scripted?
I think the thing about our show, and a lot of shows, when we auditioned, the pilot had been written, and then as we started shooting, they were writing the scripts, and once Steve Blackman, our showrunner, and our Netflix executives kind of start to see what we're bringing to the characters, they start writing the episodes more for what we as actors are bringing to the show and to the roles. And so halfway through filming, Steve came up to me and was like, what do you think about a dance number? And I was like, because I have a background in theater? And I was like, with who and why and when and where? And he was like, I have this dream sequence, kind of like a dream ballet. And I was like, okay. So that was a thing that they put in the show. And then poor Tom got looped into it because he did.
I'm sad our ballet scene didn't make it.
I know. Who are you? Me too. Person I've never met.
Shout out for hitting her with the umbrella.
That's the face of an umbrella. It's never ending. Love you. Then again, Steve asked me if I wanted to sing a cover of Stormy Weather for the opening of episode 8. So that was those are just two very specific things that, knowing that I have a background in theater and how to dance and sing, that, and then the fighting and the acting and the running around in heels and just so many things, but those are the two definitely things that they wrote into the show for me and for Allison.
Grace is obviously a really interesting role. She's not human, so coming out of many different angles helped me. I took a lot of ballet classes because I'm not a particularly coordinated person. So that helped because she's obviously got a really smooth way of moving. I love music. I found music really helpful getting into the character. I made a bunch of playlists and would just kind of dance around my apartment. But I definitely related to Grace in the sense that I think she kind of finds this sense of consciousness and more independence and evolves as time goes on. So I can definitely relate to like this idea of finding myself, throughout my life.
Yeah, I think Ben started off a bit brooding and a bit like in the hood and very scary almost. But I think they quickly realized I'm goofy and crazy. So they added a bit more of that and flavor and personality as we went along, particularly in that ice cream truck scene that we all had a fun time with. So I would say I relate to that part to most for Ben.
Fantastic. Okay. Shall we get some over here? There you are. Brilliant.
If you all knew that Vanya had her power, how do you think the storyline would have worked?
Oh man, I mean that goes back to, that takes it all the way back. That, then there's not really a conflict in the first season, is there? Of her coming into her own and then like, we don't need Peabody. Peabody who?
Well, you did know, didn't you?
I guess you're right. You have to say for yourself. But I didn't realize.
I was just doing what I was told. Wait, who are you?
All right.
Come at me, bro. That's a good question. I feel like it just would have completely changed the shape of the season, and there would have been a different, source of evil and a different kind of villain and a different journey that we all would have been on. But I definitely think the family dynamic would have been different. I think there would have been such a ripple, and she wouldn't have obviously felt like such an outsider. And maybe like as a whole, we would have made more sense to feeling like there's, the sixth, and then there's just like other seventh limb that we like pretend doesn't exist.
Yeah, I think.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a really
well
good
done,
question.
you.
Yeah, great. We're like, no, I'm just gonna sit here and think about this for a second. I think Grace would have probably done everything the same because I think that she gave her love unconditionally. That was her role. That was literally why she was built, and she really fulfilled that role. So I think she would have treated Vanya exactly the same. She kind of gave the love that she was craving that she wasn't getting from any of her other family members the same way. So unfortunately, I don't think that the love from Grace was enough.
I think it also would have changed Allison's kind of how she perceives her place in the family because she was the only girl with powers growing up. I think had she not been the only girl, I think it would have been maybe a different scenario. She would have been the one that got pushed out front because she was the only girl with all the guys. I think their dynamic would have been different. Hopefully they would have been able to be better sisters, but I don't know. It's for the spin-off.
Sisters.
Brilliant. Right.
Hi, I was just wondering, which aspects of your character did you find most challenging when you were filming the series?
Well, he's dead. Let me just say that one day, he's dead. So the few times that we had a few group scenes, none of these other siblings could know that I was there. So it was a lot of fun because I would try to make them look at me.
He's the worst because Justin and I get on so well off, not at work. And so it'd be in the middle of the scene and I'd be like, I know! Shit! And then we'd have to do the take again because all of us would be looking at each other and then we'd all look at Justin. But we can't actually look at him. So it was like...
So we shot, any scene that I was in, we shot multiple times. A few with me in it and then a few with me out. And the times that I was in it, it was just really funny because everyone except Robbie was not allowed to look at me or see me or acknowledge me.
Because in between takes, we'd all just he's standing there talking, and then the cameras would roll, and then we'd have to pretend like Justin wasn't in the room.
That hurt.
We hadn't just
That
been
hurt.
having a full conversation.
It hurt a lot.
Yeah, that was tricky but fun. I think our crew started getting angry. They're like, "Can you just not look at him anymore? We don't have time."
Yeah, for me, I mean, just the aspect of Grace not being human and honoring that and honoring that, you know, that those are the limitations of the character, but then finding the human elements and having this evolution for her, just sort of figuring out where I could show emotion and kind of covering it up so that there was something under the surface, but not showing it in a way a human would. That was definitely challenging.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, can we, let's see if we can mix this up a little bit more. Maybe right at the back there. Really good.
Who would you say is most like their character in the house?
You know, I think they did a really good job
I
of
guess they
casting.
did. Everyone
And in a way, everyone is sort of an extension of their characters.
That says about me.
You know what it says about me.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You're really good at making eggs.
Oh my god, I'm not. I was so bad. I was so bad. I was like, have you ever cooked before? And had a conversation at the same time? Clearly not.
Yeah, I think they did an incredible job of casting this family of actors that it almost seems like the characters we play are like heightened versions of ourselves in a way. So I think we all kind of dropped into it really easily and kind of figured out the family dynamic really, really quickly. But I think there was a lot of trust there for us to make the decisions like for these characters, and yeah. But I think everyone is really, yeah. It's hard to say. We're all kind of, because I can go down the list and everyone is, you know. David has like very Diego moments in his life, and Aiden actually is older than all of us. Yes. So, like, he actually like is the oldest one in the group when we're all together. Like just full of dad jokes and like wise
Most mature one out of all of them.
trivia. Yeah, I think, and Tom definitely plays like the older brother of siblings that are all the same age, if that's possible. And I just make fun of everybody all the time, so yeah, and roll my eyes at him.
Let's see, yes, hands down here. That's it.
Now that you've read the comic books, are any of the stranger elements from the comic books you would have liked to have seen, budget allowing?
Yeah, I think having Robbie levitate, that would have been really, really cool. I think that was the one thing I'm reading it, I was like, I don't know how they're gonna do that. But I don't know, the fact that like Pogo happened at all and like is unbelievable. I remember the first time they showed us the pilot, because we'd been working with this amazing actor, Ken, who was like in the VFX suit, and you know, he knew all the lines, we were doing all of our scenes with him, and for 7 months, like that was Pogo, Ken was Pogo, and then when they finally showed us the pilot, I was like, oh my god, I forgot that this whole time we're actually talking to a monkey. And it just, I cried, I was like, it looks incredible. So the fact that they pulled that off and it worked in itself, I was like, wow, okay, I see you, Netflix.
Yeah, I agree. I think they just did such a beautiful job adapting it for the screen. I don't think I would have changed anything. I really love what they did. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if anything, I would have maybe loved some more scenes where all of us are actually fighting, like a bit younger, when I'm alive. Those were the days. The Eiffel Tower mission would have been fun. So.
Fantastic. Okay, what about in the middle there, look? Right in the middle. We just like you struggling to get to the next person.
This sort of links on to the question I've just been asked. What were your favourite CGI moments from the show as a whole?
I had a lot of really fun CGI stuff, a mix of prosthetics and CGI, and it was cool because they explained what they were going to do, but until I saw it on screen, I had no idea the scale. I was blown away. All of the arm stuff was incredible. I love the charging scene in the first episode. That was really cool. The way that the charging device worked and the eyes and then everything.
I really love, I can't remember what episode it starts with, maybe it's episode 5, where 5 is like going through, you see him like living through the apocalypse, and it's like time is passing. I thought that, yeah, what is it?
Episode 2, yeah.
That's episode 2?
Yeah, the first part of episode 2.
Are you thinking about when you see him in the apocalypse?
No, I'm saying like when he's like an older man, and he's like pulling the
Oh yeah, that's later. That's later. Yeah, that's 5.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jessica.
Did you watch the show?
Who are you?
You guys are making me really uncomfortable sitting between you. You could just.
I thought that was really cool because that's also the thing. Like we would get the scripts and you read it, once or twice all the way through, and then you kind of have to focus in on your scenes. And because we spend so much time apart and kind of like splintered off in our own storylines, you forget what's happening with the other characters and like the journeys that they're on. So then when the episodes came out and we would see them, there was so much of the show. And I was like, oh my god, I forgot about that. And oh my god, wait, I forgot. So it just was really cool to like watch things happen. It was almost like seeing it with new eyes, even though I'd read the scripts. You kind of focus in on like your storyline once you read through it once. So, but that was a moment where I totally forgot that montage of like 5 existing in the apocalypse for years and years and years and years and years, and like his journey with Dolores. I just thought that, like right before the handler shows up, I just thought it was really cool.
Mine was probably the last scene with Klaus. I mean, we had no idea how the tentacles would look like. I was just wearing a green screen body torso for that portion. It was quite the experience.
It wasn't even a torso, it was like a green square with like 4 solo beer pong cups.
Yep.
Not your
I'm
mind.
glad you're enjoying it.
It was brilliant. You posted that photo and I was like, what movie is this?
Yeah, me too. I was like, what is he doing that?
It was our show.
It's a horrible costume.
So yeah, when I did that and I actually got to see it, it was amazing. And obviously, you envision something and then to see it even better than what you envisioned is always something to be thankful for.
That's nice.
This poor guy.
Hi. You're all looking fantastic, by the way. I love the show. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
So hopefully Netflix at least will give you a free account. What is current? Well, I guess the question would be: is if you are watching Netflix, what's on your recently watched? And if you're not, what's your guilty pleasure film or TV show?
I totally binge watched Sex Education. So brilliant. I love Mindhunter. Jonathan Groff is a really good friend of mine, and Cameron Britton, who was like Emmy nominated for playing Ed Kemper on Mindhunter, who's now our Hazel. I totally fangirled when they were like, I think we're looking at Cameron Britton for Hazel, and I was like, oh my god. Wait a minute, he played Ed Kemper on Mindhunter, he's fucking brilliant. I was like, yeah, you need to cast him right now. So I love that show. I really love Sense8. I'm really sad that that's gone. Just trying to think of Netflix specific shows. Is that Glow? Tom loves Glow. It's his favorite show. It's like, have you heard of Glow? Everyone has heard of Glow. Tom. And Killing Eve, actually. Yeah, it's another show.
Killing Eve is so good. I just started watching Dr. Foster last night, actually.
Oh.
It's the same, Jodie Comer. You guys really know how to do TV over here. Check out Sex Education too. I saw a show called Great News. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's been canceled. I was really heartbroken because I knew it was canceled when I started watching it, and then I fell in love with it. And I had my own mourning period after that. The Bodyguard. So good. Yeah, so much.
There's so much good television. I think I watch more television than movies now because a movie ends and I'm like, what do you mean it's over? What do you mean that was like 2.5 hours of my life? I'm ready for another raid.
I love the food shows. Chef's Table, I watch religiously.
The Great British Baking Show.
So good. It's so British. I love it so much. Everyone's so polite. I love it. It's so good.
Good save.
It like actually feels like reality TV. It feels so like unscripted and genuine.
Yeah.
And I'm always hungry. Everything looks so good. Bread week is my favorite. Give me that olive focaccia!
You've got to understand, it's really difficult for us to see
I
here.
know, it's so
isn't it?
hazy.
There's
The
lots of
mood is so
mysterious out here.
There's just sound appears.
Justin, where do you think your powers might go? What do you think they're going to do with your powers in the upcoming season?
That is a very good question.
He doesn't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Every day I pray to find out, and maybe something exciting will happen, but I don't know. I assume that, you know, in a lot of ways, I will still be with Robbie. I mean, so much of my powers is connected to Klaus, so in that way, I hope and expect the show to continue to explore that relationship. And who knows? I'm excited to see what happens to everyone's powers. I don't know if they're going to change or evolve in the same ways that Robbie's has. That would be really interesting if they did. Yeah.
Hello. Hi. I really like the show as well. I'm a big fan.
Thank you.
What was the hardest scene for you to film? Like, remember the lines, or like how you,
Where are you, first of all? It was working so hard to find you. I was like, what's wrong with me? I found the scene, I don't want to give it away because I know some people haven't finished yet, and finish it right now if you haven't finished it, because, come on. No. It's aggressive. In episode 3, I have a scene with Diego. It's a very heartbreaking scene. I found that one difficult because obviously there's so many emotions going on, and it's such an important, meaningful scene. So for me, it was about letting it be meaningful, but then not showing the emotion, because showing the emotion wouldn't be the right fit for that scene for Grace. So that to me probably was the most challenging. Yeah, because she's not human. Diego's the one feeling the emotions. She's the one sort of, you don't know how much awareness she has, so it was kind of about finding the right balance for that scene.
Surprisingly, I think my most difficult scene was the very first scene where I'm in it for 3 seconds in that car, and that was just because of the external conditions. We shot that on a freezing night in Toronto, and I was crouched down beneath Robbie's legs like this.
Were you really?
I was.
Oh my God, that's
and then
amazing.
and then when the camera panned to the right angle, I would have to pop up for the reveal. Yeah, they didn't shoot that separately. That was all one shot.
Was it difficult because you had to have your head down? Yeah,
That was enjoyable, actually. The cold is what really got to us. Yeah.
I think I would say episode 10 as a whole was a bit of a monster. Specifically like the bowling alley stuff and the stuff in the theater. Because the bowling alley took like 3 days, and then the theater took like 3 days, and by that point we were like over by like 2.5 weeks, so everyone was just toast. We were all like ready to go home, and it was, you know, we had the temps coming in with the masks, and there was like, it was like the first time in the season we were like really using weapons and explosives and like exploding candy machines, and like there just was, my parents were on set one of those days. It was just, a lot was happening. But I think that was the first day, that was the first time like, it was a family scene, but it was not just like a meeting, it was like a meeting that turned into a giant like action sequence. That it was, there was like a lot of moving parts and a lot of moving pieces. And I remember they built the temp costumes with like the red eyes, and we had the amazing stunt team in these costumes, and they all put them on, and they put the masks on, and the masks had the lights on in them, and they turned them on, and every single one of them was like, we can't see. Like the lights were so bright that they couldn't see anything, and they were supposed to like come in and start shooting guns at us and like jumping downstairs and over bars, and it just was like a total nightmare. So it was, wardrobe had to come in and like fix, so they ended up having to like CGI all of the eyes in because none of the stunt people could see anything else. So that was like a whole moment in itself, and then we get to the theater and they thought they'd fixed it, and then it was like the same thing all over again, and this time they're like hanging over balconies, and so it was a lot. So there was a lot of moving parts and moving pieces, and then to add like that entire orchestra was real on stage, so it's like an audience full of people, a stage full of musicians, and then, you know, blind stunt people running in and shooting guns at us. It just was like absolute mayhem, and you know, and the time crunch was getting pretty serious because we only had that theater for like 3 days, so that was not hard acting wise, but just hard. There was a lot of moving pieces, and so when it gets to that, and then time is of the essence, everyone gets a little like, ah! But all in all, it's still pretty fun. But we were there till like 6 in the morning, all 3 days. Those were like 20-hour days. It was nuts.
Fantastic. Time has nearly caught us up here, so we're going to have to take just one last question. One last one. Can we go down the front here? I'm going to overrule you and get you to run down the front here. There we go. Just here. That's perfect.
What's your opinion on the younger actors? 'Cause I know you've like spent a lot of time with them.
Yeah.
What do you actually think?
They're incredible. I mean, the funny part is they actually started working before we did. They shot the scene in the bank in the first episode. That was like the first scene that was shot for the show. And so they all got to work before we did. So I was like, should we like show up and watch what they're doing? Because technically they're us. And so if they're making choices, I should maybe make something in the same vein as you did. But they're incredible. I wish we got to spend more time together. But, you know, and bless them, they never got like full scripts. They were only given like the scene that they were in. So anytime they'd see us, they'd be like, what's going on? Why are we in a bank? But they're so cute, and they were always so happy to be at work, and they were such hard workers, and I adore all of them. They're so great. They're so great. I'm so proud of them. So proud of them. They like steal the show. They're so great.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Oh yeah, Jordan spent a ton of time with them.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was really fortunate because I got to spend a lot of time with them, and then a lot of time with their older counterparts. So it was a really interesting experience for me. It became a lot easier to play everyone's mom because I started loving, you know, little individual things about both the younger versions and the older versions. And they did work so hard, and they were always so positive, and just a really lovely group of people. So yeah, it was cool. It was really cool to be able to sort of have that through line and see the similarities, because you guys, you know, there were definitely similarities, and it was great.
Yeah, their excitement and enthusiasm, they were contagious, you know. They were so excited to be a part of the project. I got to spend some time with Ethan before we started shooting. I mean, I love that kid. He's the most adorable kid in the world. And
he's so cute because, you know, Justin wasn't on set as much as we were, unfortunately, but every time Ethan would show up, he'd be like, is Justin here? Have you seen Justin? It was so cute.
And then he would say,
and then they like
"Who's
went
Justin?"
Sorry, I've heard of them. I don't know who you're talking
Sorry?
about.
Who are you? Actually, but who are you? I don't know who Justin
Say
is,
that
but
to
also,
me. You
who
cannot
are
say
you?
that to me. But,
No, but he loved Justin.
yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing working with these kids. And hope we can.
Yeah, the last moment of episode 10 was the only time we were ever
Yeah, you guys
all
wouldn't have
on
known.
set together, and so that was a really fun. That was a really fun little like chunk of time where we were like, this is crazy.
It's cute because they'd always come in the trailer in the morning and be like, hi mom, hi mom. And their like actual parents would be right there and I'd be like, hey. Mom number 2.
Their method, they're all
Yeah. And I was like, I don't know, should I be taking care of them between takes or? No, it was awesome. They're so sweet.
Oh, brilliant. Guys, we have absolutely loved having you here today, and the main thing is, I think you've learned today just how much this show is loved. And of course, we've been able to do something which is a role reversal for you guys as well today with Justin, because of course, Justin, you're used to 90% of the people not seeing you, and today you've been unable to see 90% of the people. So, ladies and gentlemen,